Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, everybody. In this episode, we'll be talking about Solido or Solido. I think it's Solido is the correct, or maybe Solido is the correct pronunciation. So if there's somebody from France, if you drop a comment in the comment section and just enlighten us how we should spell this and pronounce this one, that'd be amazing. So, long story short, Solido, French manufacturer, they were mostly following Alain Prost, as you can see here. Actually, they don't come with figurines, they come empty, but I just took the figurines of Prost Ferrari and put them in a McLaren. Nobody will know. Solidos are pretty solid little cars, no pun intended. And again, you will find a lot of Renaults and a lot of Alain Prost in the portfolio. These two cars, obviously, they look like they have different sizes, but I think it's specs and regulations. So yeah, they look pretty good with the driver, I must say. So the easiest thing that you can take a cheap Onyx like this one, and you take the driver out, you put them back into this one, put back the seat belts on. You can see it has some seat belts here, and you can agree that you can ruin the car or take my advice and make it a bit nicer, but obviously that's subjective. So let's go to let's analyze them in a bit more detail. So this is the 85, this is the this is the 85, this is the 86 car. Obviously number 2 is the dead giveaway there. He lost the world champion to Lauda in 84. I happen to have that car here, so we can compare apples to apples. I think in terms of so this is Solido, this is mini champs, this is Solido, right? So this is like, well, if you want to put it like this, it should be like that, right? So you can clearly see the evolution of the car from the 84 to 85 and then 86. I think Solido done a really good job, especially with the decals and the details here at the back of the car. You can see this one, it's quite nice. It's actually carved in, so it's not a sticker, and it's kind of cool. Mini Champs has the same, plus the whatever that is, radiator covers over there, same here. Pretty interesting, be a different color. Maybe let's take this car up because it's a bit too different. So if you compare them pound for pound, it's kind of cool. So this one with the figure added will be about 30 pounds, because obviously you need to buy 2 cars, and yeah, it is what it is. And this one, I think I spent 75 or 80 pounds just on this model. It's like the world champion series. So yeah, and they're virtually identical. So I don't even know why I spend that much money on on the Lauda car. And this is what happens today through the industry. I'll probably rant later when I'm going to review the mini champs and the Spark. So let's get back to the job in hand. Long story short, of course, the Solido cars are worth collecting. Again, a reminder: this is the Solido, this is the mini champs, and for me they look pretty similar. Let's go check the suspensions. Obviously the regulations were the same. If you take a look at the driver, how it sits in the cockpit, and take a look at this one, obviously the seat belts are there. I have to fix this one. If you take a look at the back of the car, they're pretty identical. You can see the some cogs there. Let me focus this one, yeah, and the light. Obviously there's a light here as well. Maybe more details on the Solido car. And again, Solido produced cars under license from McLaren. So this, as you would expect, as mini champs did,
millimetrically accurate.
It's kind of cool to actually see them side by side. There's obviously a different shade of orange. I'm not sure who got it right or wrong. Probably McLaren actually had a more red livery on the on this McLaren, but this one feels a bit less bright or less fluorescent. So then that's that. If you compare the side pods, I think they're pretty identical. So all in all, a really nice job. Check out the sticker on there on the front, Saima, bang. So are they worth buying? Yes, of course, if you find them, because they are actually really rare cars, and usually collectors so mini champs release the same set. You can buy the 85 and the 86. It's gonna cost like 120 pounds probably, maybe less, but You can also spend about £50 on these 2 cars and then add some Onyx, and you can have it like for less. Is it worth it? In my view, no, because you should maybe get the mini chance version. I will get the mini chance version just because this goofy fix is it's not gonna cut it for me. As you can see, this one, the wheel is like sitting on his lap, so not a great fix there, but it will do. As a placeholder will do. The good thing is that if you buy Solidos and you find them really cheap, they are likely to preserve the value, because at some point they are not going to be reissuing these cars. So I guess that's one of the positives. And obviously the negatives is that they come without a driver, so you're going to have to do some magic tricks like you see here. And sometimes the magic tricks you end up being dead. On a more positive note, there's more episodes coming, and I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up if you want, drop me a comment. I always like to read comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.